Hello and welcome to IABM TV. Today I'm joined by Brenton Ough, CEO and co-founder of Touchstream. Brenton, welcome to IABM TV.
Thanks very much, Ben. Pleased to be here.
Can you start by telling us a bit about Touchstream?
Yeah, sure. So Touchstream is a live stream proactive monitoring tool. Basically, we actively poll streams and measure their availability and performance, and effectively QoE. And the difference between us and other monitoring tools is most of the other monitoring tools are in player, so you have to embed something in your player, and they're a passive monitor, whereas we're an active monitor. We're actually constantly 24/7 testing streams, live streams for people.
So you mentioned QoE there. What are the challenges faced by streaming video distributors to measure QoS and QoE?
Well, okay, so one of the biggest differences between the traditional measures of QoE and QoS are based on in-player, and a lot of that is it's really good information because it tells you a lot about the last mile, but it doesn't tell the operators how they can actually improve their service. And so what we focus on is the things that are in control of the operators. And so again, we're looking more at the very front door of the CDNs, which is a different thing, and these are things that inside their control, real problems that their operations teams can take action on.
And what are some of the impacts?
The impact, well, live stream is, it's hard to do, and basically they fail quite often. They perform poorly, but we often see a lot of failures, and it's really about fixing it as quickly as possible. So we're actually a bit more predictive than some of the ones that are total failures, so we can actually sense when things are starting to go wrong, and we will hopefully most of the time get people to fix the problem before it actually becomes a viewer affecting problem. And yeah, that's pretty important to our customers.
And how does Touchstream monitor live video?
Well, so as I said, it's a synthetic monitor. So you don't need to actually install anything at all. You just need to configure our system. You need to tell our system what your streams are, and you multi-CDN. So you might have, Akamai, Limelight, Level 3, all of these different CDNs. We'll monitor each of those separately and then present them all together. And as I say, we will be monitoring even when no one's watching, so before a big game starts or something like that. So you'll be able to find out what your stream is performing like and take the necessary steps to either improve it, take a CDN out of rotation, whatever needs to be done.
And how about live one-time events?
Oh, lifetime, yeah, they're great. So basically, our system includes scheduling, so you can pre-schedule a whole season if you like. We do a lot of sporting events, a lot of very high-profile ones, and basically you just sort of say, well, this event's going to be on this day at 2 o'clock between 2 and 4, and you just configure that, either in their interface or via an API. We fit into people's orchestration system, so they'll configure up, games, and it'll just automatically provision the monitoring in our system, and it will just happen for that specific length of time. And
can you monitor VOD?
Yes, we definitely monitor VOD. We have a couple of different approaches to VOD. A lot less goes wrong with VOD than live, so that's why we always call ourselves a live stream monitoring, but of course all of these people have VOD as well, and we're very, very happily monitoring. VODs typically are a big catalogue, thousands of VODs, so we have different ways of slicing and dicing that up, whether you might want to just use a trending API and say just monitor the ones that people are watching, or monitor new ones, or just monitor the whole catalogue but cycle through it. So we have multiple approaches to VOD. We can do it.
Can you share some customer examples of this?
Customer examples. Okay, so actually sporting events, of course, are the most interesting ones. There was recently a big game on Thursday night in America, and that we do. And they typically, what they do is they start the encoders and all the streaming up about an hour before the game starts, and so the app or whatever doesn't even know that it exists yet. So our monitoring gets switched on at that point. Immediately we saw that one of the CDNs in the Denver area was performing really badly. So of course they're on the phone to them. The CDN themselves take that region out of rotation, okay, fix it, whatever. So by the time the game starts, no problem seen at all. Whereas if that had been waiting for in-player monitoring, it would have had to wait for everyone to start watching it. Once 1,000 people were watching it, they would notice that there's a problem in that area. And then you lose those customers, and they ask for refunds and all that sort of good stuff. So we prevent that problem. We're very proactive. We prevent the problem before it happens. And that's, and that was a very high-profile event, and there was a lot of people who were very happy that we saw that for them.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Ben.
Pleasure.
You can find out more at touchstream.media.